This is set to become the brand new pearl, of course, for the former royal known as Meghan Markle. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much, as ever, for joining me today. Welcome, one and all brand new subscribers. It's always lovely to say that. And as I often say, of course, just enjoy yourselves, be polite to each other, don't worry about anything that goes wrong. We're all in it together, aren't we, chums? We've been here for many years now, and there's no need to fall out with each other if somebody spells anything wrong or you don't have an agreement with them. It's company. It's interesting, isn't it? That's the thing I would say. You have to just look out for each other, because if we don't, who have we got in this world, eh? I know, it's the thing, isn't it? When I bring these things up, by the way, I'm glad you enjoyed the video about how terrifying it really is in London with all those, travel thieves and stuff like that. I know many people have said this has gone on for years, but it's just new techniques now, isn't it? Literally following you around. I felt so sorry for that woman, because clearly they'd stalked her for a long time, and you kind of think, wow, worrying. Watch everything is what I would say. Maybe this should happen, of course, to the former royal known as Meghan Markle, seemingly because now things are taking, again, a dramatic turn for the worst. And this really all centres upon the fact that, as you know, when she visited the LA fires and allegedly had everybody removed so she could get those wonderful photo opportunities, right? Well, here's where it gets even more difficult now for Meghan, seemingly because if you remember her TV show With Love Meghan, the cooking thing for Netflix, well, that was going to have that mega premiere, and of course we're all going to fall in love with Meghan on the 15th of January. Now, obviously we passed that date, and she decided apparently it didn't necessarily work. I love that phrasing, by the way, don't you? With my partners. No, they're not partners, love. You're just working for them, and basically when you're not working for them, you'll find that partners dump you. Right? That's how television works. I mean, how dumb do you have to be? They're not your partnership in this, just get that. But Netflix apparently are very concerned. And this is really all centred upon the fact that if you saw the expose piece in the Vanity Fair, which of course many people have now seen, it's really something that you can't come back from. Now, insiders inside the streaming giant tell me this, from an excellent source I might point out as well. They're now waiting to see exactly what they can do in order to try and salvage some of the disaster that is the cooking show. You see, what normally would happen is you'd have a very proactive celebrity going out doing interviews, well in advance. Remember, magazines need the interview 6 weeks in advance, and so far she sat down with nobody to promote her own show. That's how serious it is. Moving forward, it gets worse, in fact, because obviously they realize that the trailer is now stale and you need to do something with that. Nothing forthcoming there, again, allegedly. And more importantly, they feel that even in March, it could become a little bit contentious, given the fact that things will not be back to normal. And how bad does this look? Well, in fairness, as I said to you before, there are certain territories in the world that necessarily wouldn't relate to that. They would just see this as a shiny cooking show with nice bright lights, heavily lit, and flowers and celebrities. Micro at best, I know what you're saying. But you see, for her, this has to work. And for them, more importantly, it has to work. And what's even more, well, kind of worrying for them is that, so far she's been reluctant to go on and even talk about chatting on these things on one of those late night chat shows. You get the picture. And the problem now is that they need an injection of celebrity. Whether you think about it or not, people would tune in. So of course they all would like her, seemingly because this will be the first interview that she did since ambushing the LA fires. So all the late night chat shows are willing to literally do anything, but she has to chat about those certain things. And apparently that's the sticking block. The sticking block further is, will Netflix really bother anymore? I mean, it's one disaster literally after another. And it could appear that Cooking with Meghan, With Love Meghan, will simply go up in flames. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.